Gagne's 9 Events of Instruction by Robert Gagne. This model is a systematic process that helps instructional designers to develop strategies and create activities for instructional classes. To know more about Robert Gagne, he was an educational psychologist who created the 9-step process called the 9 Events of Instruction. He is best known for his learning outcomes, learning conditions, and 9 events of instruction. The 9 events of instruction provide a step-by-step approach that can help managers, trainers, facilitators structure their training so that their students or teams get the most from their learning opportunities. To start with the first event of learning, which is gaining attention. This event is where you gain your learners' buy-in. But be smart about it. If your learner is already engaged, confirm or reinforce buy-in and move on to the next step. A few tricks to set the mood include establishing a student-to-student exercise, an eye-catching visual stimulus, and asking a question they don't expect. After gaining attention, the next event is informing the learner of the objectives. Here is where you let the learner know what he will learn or will be able to do by the end of the session. The best way to accomplish this step is to outline the concrete learning objectives and outcomes simply. This can be done in any number of ways, including explaining a task they'll be asked to perform, drawing a clear connection between prior stated objects. After informing the learner of the objectives, the next event is stimulating recall of prior knowledge. As a facilitator, this is your opportunity to acknowledge the learner's experience. This step also has several ways it can be completed. For example, doing a quick summary, review of past lessons, asking the student to explain what they recall. After stimulating a recall of prior knowledge, the next event is presenting the information. This is not just about giving a lecture or reading charts. It is about engaging your learner. So be creative. Next event is providing guidance. Work together to practice the skill and reinforce the knowledge. After providing guidance, the next event is eliciting performance. This is the time for the facilitator to observe performance. Look for possible gaps in knowledge and confirm skill learning. A few ways to elicit performance include tests, quizzes, classroom presentations, and essays. After eliciting performance, the next event is providing feedback. In this event, you use your observation to give the learning specific feedback. Make your feedback interactive by engaging in a dialogue with your learner. The next event is assessing performance. This can be a fluid, natural portion of the process or a more structured event. Take your cue from the learner and the importance of mastery. Assessment techniques include giving oral quizzes or offering pre- and post-lesson quizzes to measure learning efficacy. After assessing performance, the next event is enhancing retention and transfer. This is the last event. This is your opportunity to ensure transfer of learning from the classroom to the real world. The key here is to enhance future recall and application of learning. Clearly, Gagne's 9 Events of Instruction is a highly organized and action-oriented methodology that empowers educators with a solid framework they can use to increase teaching efficacy in virtual in any setting.